All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the Left Hand Brewing Company, and they're out of Longmont, Colorado, and this is their Gettin Tiki With It Nitro. So this is what they're calling a Piña Colada Wheat, which is basically American wheat ale that is brewed with coconut, pineapple, and lactose, then thrown into a nitro can. Comes in at 7.5% alcohol by volume, 15 IBUs in the time of review. I don't know exactly how old this beer is, but it does have a best by date of December 29th, 2020. And at the time of review, we're about 2 months away from that date, so we should be fine. Now, this beer, I believe they released this one back in like the early summer, and I saw it on social media, but in the summertime, I really wasn't going out with the whole pandemic going on, and I had so much beer that was sent to me by very kind individuals, fellow beer tubers, and viewers of the channel, along with some breweries like Hop Butcher, that I just had so much beer I had to go through. I was going through a little bit of personal medical issues, so I was kind of stockpiling the beer for reviewing purposes, so I didn't go out during the summertime really for beers at all. And the first beer run I made in the fall, or I guess it was late summer, early fall, I ended up picking up this beer because there were still some cans on the shelf. And I was really happy to see it because I love pina coladas. I love coconut. If you watch the channel, you know I love coconut. And they're giving it the nitro treatment. So I think this should be pretty fun. They're trying to replicate basically a pina colada in a wheat ale form, I guess, or wheat beer form, whatever you want to say. Let's crack it open, get it into the hashtag proper glassware, and go from there. So yeah, typical awesome nitro, and you just pour it hard. I think I usually am able to fit this entire can into this glass, but we will see. Yep. Let me show you the cascading effect if we can. So yeah, as that cascades, it's coming out with this like yellow-orange color, more of like a bright sunshine kind of orange. Very murky though right now. Some chill haze, but there's a little bit of clarity, but not a ton. And yeah, that's doing the cascading beauty of nitro beers. Look at that head. I got a little piece of hair on my thing. Watch out. This head is, typical for a nitro head. It's like 2 fingers, just tightly compact, super creamy looking. That's a nitro head if I've ever seen one. Looks fantastic. Let's get a nose. Okay. I don't smell anything. What the fuck? A little bit of like a lemon perfumey type of character. I say this a lot with nitro beers. When it comes to the aroma, it's very hard for me, and I know a lot of other people out there, to actually pick up the aroma. It just seems like the nitro, whatever happens here, it doesn't release the aromas as much as a regular beer, and that's what I'm getting here. I'm getting like a lemon perfumey kind of character. No pineapple, no coconut, no base wheat smell, just lemony, perfumey type of character. It doesn't smell great because I can barely smell anything. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, everyone. All right, there's the coconut. This has a really distinct, like, raw coconut kind of flavor, like just like a fresh raw coconut. It's not toasted. The body, medium to higher side of medium, 7.5% is fine. The mouthfeel, it's fucking nitro. If you've never had a nitro beer, and I'm sure a lot of you who are watching this review right now, you've had a Guinness in your life, a Guinness draft. You know what kind of the nitro produces. It's so soft and smooth and super fucking creamy. If you want a beer that has, a bonkers mouthfeel that's like just so ridiculously creamy that you can't even comprehend it, that's what nitro does. So I always like nitro from that aspect, but I always found that nitro, like the aroma's tough to pick up and the characters in the actual beer get kind of lost sometimes. And I'm feeling that in this one. This is just not that flavorful. Yeah, fresh raw coconut right up front. There's a little bit of like a pineapple thing going on. That lemony perfumey thing didn't carry over, but like raw coconut and a little bit of like underripened pineapple. There's a slight like wheat kind of sensation from the base beer. It's sweet though. This beer is pretty fucking sweet. It doesn't have any kind of like distinct dryness or bitterness or anything. I didn't expect it to, but lean sweet. One more sip before I say what I want to say. I love Left Hand. I love the vast majority of the Nitro beers they release. Their Left Hand Milk Stout is classic, iconic Nitro beer. They are the kings of Nitro beer when it comes to the U.S. Has so many different ones that have been Nitro that have been delicious. This ain't it, Chief. This ain't it, Chief. This is just not for me. I'm so fucking disappointed in this one because I love, like I said, pina coladas. And I was hoping this was basically pina colada in beer form. I don't know if maybe, this is, 2 months away from the Best By date. So maybe this, when it was released back in June, I would think this is probably 6 months out for the beer like this. So if it's December 29th, this was probably, maybe June 29th. So we're at like the 4-month mark. Maybe something happened there and the intensity of the flavor got lost. Maybe not. Maybe this is a relatively fresh can. I don't know what the case may be. But I'm not digging this one. It's not bad. This is not a drain pour. This is not something that oh man, it's gross or whatever. It just is. It fails to impress me. And most of the Nitro beers impress me. This just doesn't. One positive, you can't taste the 7.5%. I can't anyway. Hides that extremely well. It's too sweet. There's not enough of like a dry or bitter kind of sensation to stop the sweetness. I think by the time I'm done with this can, and there's going to be cloying to some degree. The coconut's more of a raw, fresh coconut, which is fine, but you don't need to be toasted. But like that pineapple's underripened and barely there. It's just not really complex. It doesn't really taste like a pina colada. It's a disappointment to me. So yeah, I'm going to shut down the review by saying Gettin Tiki With It Nitro from Left Hand. Best I can do is a 3 out of 5. And that's probably being generous. This is probably like a 2.85, 2.9. It definitely, it's right around a 3. I'm being generous giving them a 3 just because I like Left Hand. So a little bit biased there, right? Liking them. But regardless of whether it's a 2.9 or a 3, like it's not a fucking good score because I just don't enjoy it. Price and availability. Availability, wherever you see Left Hand, you probably should have seen this one. Now, when you see this review, it should be early November-ish. And this is probably not on the shelves. I have not seen it like recently. And price point, I think this was, I forgot what I paid. I either paid $2.50 or $3 for this can. So you're talking about like $10 to $12 a 4-pack. That's a fine price for something that's 7.5%. It's nitroed and has, coconut and pineapple. But I'd never pay that again. I would not pay money for this again. I would never buy this again. I would never drink this again. Even if someone handed it to me, I would just be like, no, I just can't. Like I just couldn't. Yeah, man, fuck me. If anyone out there has had this one before, let me know what you think about it because I'd be curious to see what the feedback was on people who drank this in the summertime and into the early fall. Maybe this had more intensity. Maybe I'm just getting to it a bit late. But like as I'm drinking this, it's not doing it for me, and that's a bummer. Like I said, Left Hand does some really good stuff, so I'm gonna have to pick up another beer from them. Maybe one of their newer releases at some point in the near future, and maybe they'll make up for it. They usually do. So anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol, and until the next one. Cheers.